Like a real DJ. Nothing like a real DJ. Hello, how you doing? There's that big, fat, red, shiny, post-bath face. Oh, probably got falafel in my teeth as well. I thought I was a bit hungry, so I shoved in a little falafel and hummus. A little vegan treat before tea. Started off well, isn't it? It's just fascinating already, isn't it? Right, loads of questions, too many, as I won't get round to all of it. Thank you very much. It's sort of random. It's like the first 10 or 20, whatever. I hope you had a good Christmas. I had a good Christmas. After Christmas, I think it was about the 30th of December. I was having a little bag of kettle crisps. You know, those really sort of baked ones that are really hard, that smash old people's teeth, and broke a tooth sort of in half. I swallowed it as well. I didn't really notice until my tongue felt it, and it's depressing. I just go, oh fuck. First, it's admin. It's just admin. I go, right, I've got to go to the dentist now. If it just fucking fell out, oh yeah, fine, forget it. I don't have to do anything. But I had to do something. So I think it was a Saturday, so we called an emergency dentist. I went in there, and what's happened is, it's like an old filling. So, you know, eventually it sort of broke away and the filling fell out. And it was a sharp thing. And she did a great temporary job. She sort of like filed it down, filled it in and sort of filed it down. But I've got to go back. Twice, of course, because I've got to do the thing. I'm not a dentist. And then send the thing to the lab to make the crown. So 2 more trips to the dentist because I had a fucking mouthful of crisps. So that was my New Year. But apart from that, it was a good one. Good to be back. Good to be back, isn't it? Right, Welsh Felix. Have you got another character inside your imagination that wants a new series, like David, Derek, or Tony? And if so, what kind of series would it be? I have got a few, but at the moment, well, one, I'm on tour. That's sort of a character, isn't it? My stand-up. A man confidently saying awful things about things he doesn't understand. That's sort of a character. That's my excuse, anyway. And I'm doing this animation, which is like 18 months work for a little series of 6. But yeah, I've got a few ideas knocking around. I'd like to do another short film as well. I'd like to do another film. But when you do it all, there's only so many hours in the day. And most of those I want to sit around. When I say, oh, I'm working every day, I mean, I'm working 2 hours at something every day. So, yes. Is there any way we could persuade you to do a Columbo reboot? Do you know what? One of my favourite programmes of all time. Everyone's favourite. It's just amazing. Top 5, I'd say. And you can watch them over and over again. And I'd love to, but the reason I shouldn't and wouldn't is that it just can't be improved upon. I don't want to be compared to Peter Falk. So, no, but it's a remarkable piece, yeah. Leopold and Loveday. When is the new series featuring cats coming? That's what the animation is. It's a group of sort of alley cats. They're sort of like the bottom of the pile, and life's a struggle, but they get through it. It's sort of like a cross between, I can't give too much away, but it's sort of like a cross between, I don't know, Sopranos, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Derek and Clive, Only Fools and Horses, but animation and cats. There's nothing like it. I can't describe it, and I don't want to give too much away, but I think you'll like it. No Me Pete. My question is, how many times do you get up for a wee in the night? Yeah, a couple. I always have though. That's nothing to do with age. I've got anxiety wee. Like if I wake up in the middle of the night, it's not because I need a wee, but when I wake up I go, I should have a wee, because it'd be terrible to fall asleep and then wake up for a wee. So I have a wee whenever I wake up in the night for whatever reason. It could be the cat meowing or a fox outside or a fucking owl, right? And I go, I better have a wee. I don't pass the toilet. I could be on a plane, have a wee on the plane before it lands, get to the airport and think, oh, I'll have a wee at the airport just in case. So, yeah, I can't blame that on age, really. James Willoughby Oliver. Our question is, if you could be a cat for the day and hang out with Pickle, what would you two do together? Same as we do now. Sit around. Just sit around, have a snooze, have a snack. She loves vegan cheese. If I ever have a little bit of vegan cheese, she's there. She can. That's weird, isn't it? A cat liking vegan cheese. I mean, I'm sure she'd like real cheese. Yeah, that's our little snack together as well. So it wouldn't be a lot different, really. It wouldn't be a lot. Yeah, just mooching around. That's sad, isn't it? If you were a cat, what would you do different? Nothing. It is like the perfect life, isn't it? Cat. Julia Campbell. We're flying through these, aren't we? Or maybe I should have got some more. Julia Campbell. What do you think of the comedy roasts on TV? I don't think... I know, I've seen bits of them, I've seen clips and stuff. I don't think I've sat down and watched them. I don't really... I mean, do you know what? I don't really watch TV. I think I watch, like, The Chase. We sit down with our tea. That's like on... We've got that on Series Link, so we got all the chases. Because you can watch, a little bit of that when we're eating. I watched The Apprentice and I watched Traitors. And I watched live football, and that's it. I just don't have terrestrial telly on at all. But I've seen clips of them. Obviously, I've seen them on Instagram, and I want to say X, but I can't. I've got to say Twitter. Sorry. I mean, I'll get around to it eventually. Yeah, they're all right. I mean, they get good people, and I think they have like a team writing the jokes, and the people they do are sort of good sports, and you can go further. I've actually been invited to, do it. It's not quite me. It's not quite my thing. But I think they're good. They're pretty good. What's her name was good on one that got her the Golden Globes. Nikki Glaser. I think she did a good job at the Globes as well. The pressure's off me now, isn't it? They can just use her forever now. Yeah, they're good, but it's like there's a lot of things I sort of like that. I don't get around. I don't watch anything. I'm just sort of busy, really. But I've got nothing against them. No, I think they're good. They're better. I mean, better than most things. I mean, most telly is awful, isn't it? That's true of anything. Any genre in anything, most is awful. That's why some things are excellent, and why the average is okay. But most telly is just unwatchable. It's just fucking brain rot. I don't know, I'm not even judging that. That's fine. I've watched a lot of brain rot, you know, but yeah, I search. I'm always looking out for something, a new sort of Scandi drama, or you know, uh, something foreign noir. That's what I like, and I go through everything. Netflix, Amazon, Walter Presents, anything, just to find, you know, sort of a meaningful, realistic, well-made drama. And if you've got the whole world to choose from, that you can usually find some, you know, most days of the week. And when there's nothing around, I go back and watch a classic, like, you know, I watched The Sopranos. Watched that twice. I watched The Bureau twice. I've watched Baldwin twice, from beginning to end. So there's always something. If you leave it long enough, you don't remember it either. Not at my age. I go, oh yeah. When I see it, I remember it. But I can't remember what's good. So it's really good. But yeah, good. And I think most of the things I watch now are clips. And then if I see a couple of clips, like my new favourite comedian is that Nate Bargatze. I think I've seen his whole special now on clips. He's great. He's really great, and he's sort of sweet, and he's clean, and you know, he's just good. And Shane Gillis, he's fantastic. And I watch the classics as well. You know, Louis and Jerry Seinfeld and all those. You can always find something. You don't have to just sit and watch what they give you. I just don't get it why some people just sit in front of the telly and just watch. Look at all the songs. Fucking hell. Have a look around. Daniel, oh yeah, let's go. Any new TV or film recommendations? I've watched a couple of terrible films, one of which I turned off. I'm not going to say, I don't like doing that, but you know, that's the other thing when you've got the whole world to choose from. You can go, this is shit, and bail. But I don't tell people about those. I just don't see the point of slagging off a piece of art, however terrible, really. What was I saying? So I'll just be positive and saw a great series. Wouldn't have thought I'd liked it. Didn't like the title. Suspicious straight away. But it's brilliant. It is brilliant. A Swedish mini-series called Helicopter Heist, based on a true story. I think the biggest ever robbery in Sweden. But it's brilliant. The actors are fantastic. Just so real. The writing's great. The direction, and I looked it up and it's sort of 3 different directors, but consistently the direction is great. And the episode where you see the actual heist, it's like it's real time. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. There's a film that's one take. I think it's called not Rope by Hitchcock. There's a modern one called I think it's Veronica. They did it in one take, and this is sort of like that, but the tension, because it's real time and the clock ticking. I won't give it away, but it's great, and it's not just a shoot 'em up plot thing. You really care for everyone. Helicopter Heist. Watch it in the original language. Whenever I recommend a foreign thing, never watch it dubbed. You've got the greatest actors around the world, and then someone in a booth just overdubbing it. No. Do it in the original language with subtitles. So yeah, there you go. Watch that. Helicopter Heist. A lot of people are rewatching Afterlife as well. I've celebrated. I think that always happens. I don't know if that's people at Christmas who talk about it with people that haven't seen it, or more people get Netflix at Christmas, or I don't know. But yeah, thank you. I mean, still adding to it. Millions of people just still watching it again or for the first time. Yeah, thank you. And I still meet people. I met a couple today that had lost someone and watched it. So it's great. It's really great to hear. Chloe, my eyes are stinging, of course. Trying to read these things. I've had a bath. The light's a bit bright. Squinting like a fucking mole man. I should wear glasses. Is the honest truth. I should. But it's that one time when I first put them on in public. I still think I'm at school, that's the problem. I still think that I put them on in public, wherever I am, could be anywhere. Could be reading out a winner at fucking Oscars or something. It doesn't matter where it is. A library, anything. And I still think someone's going to go, 4 eyes. I'll go, fucking hell. So, also, I can't be bothered. If an optician came around and said, oh, hi, I'm an optician, I've just made these glasses, I've worked out the exact glasses for you, and I put them on. I went, great. And they went, how much? They went, £1,000. I went, great, there you go. I'd wear them. But being called 4 eyes, along with having to go and do it, it's nearly medical as well, which always worries me. I just want things to get better. I know my eyesight isn't going to get better. You know what I mean? Oh, God. There must be a condition for all the things that I talk about. You know what I mean? Just there must be a condition for, like, lazy, sort of... I don't know. But all the things I've ever talked about. Being lazy and never going to the doctor and... You know? That, what is that? There's about 1,000 new conditions. So I must be one of them. So yeah, I'm bound to have some. Doesn't matter, does it? Who cares? Chloe. Hi Ricky. Do you have anything different in January to stave off the winter blues? If you can give us a few tips. I don't know. It is a bit shit, isn't it? January and February. Not because it's post-Christmas, because the weather, I think, in England, is just grey, isn't it? It's not enough. I mean, I think it's physical. There's not enough UV light getting through to perk you up a bit. I don't know. I'd say I'm always angry when it's in the morning. It's off. I can tell, but it's better to still go for a walk than sit home and go, I'm not going out in the rain. Because then you just think, I should have gone for a walk. I just go out, do the walk, angry, get wet, come home. But at least I've done the walk and I'm angry. Otherwise it's sitting at home looking out the window going, fucking hell, I'm angry and I haven't done the walk. So that's the tip. Don't let it defeat you. Just keep do whatever you were going to do anyway. I suppose is my tip. You can take vitamin D, I think, that helps, doesn't it? I'm not a doctor, but you're missing that, aren't you, with the sun? Sad lamps, those things that cheer you up. You put a lamp on for 5 minutes. Wrap up warm. Visit friends. And the elderly. Just got to get through it, ain't you? Look forward to spring. Jenna, how's the mortality tour going? And which places are you looking forward to performing the most? I'm flying from the UK to New York to see you in April. Excellent, cheers. Well, that's one of them. Love New York. Radio City, doing those two again. Biggest theatre in the world. I think it's because it's the limit of what a theatre is before the arena. I'm doing a couple of those. Hollywood Bowl, if it's depending on what's happening with the situation. I love, my favourite places are still, loads of lovely places in the UK, but my top 5 places that I always look forward, I look forward to all of them, I really do, because I only do places I like. I only do places I like, with hotels I like, with venues I like. So I'd say it's still, you know, your Amsterdams, your Copenhagens, Prague. Yeah, but I love them all. Paris. You know? I usually try and add one new one as well. I did a couple last time. I did Helsinki for the first time. I think Lisbon, which I'm doing again, and might try Geneva. Yeah, I look forward to all of them. It's just great. I still can't believe I sell out arenas around the world. That's mad. That is mad. It's mad enough to do it in your own country, but to do it and they're non-English speaking, that there's enough people who can understand every word. Come on, I sold out. I did a lovely little venue in Paris the last few times, and then they said no, you could do the arena. I just sold out like Wembley in the middle of Paris, basically. That's mental. I mean, I never get over it. I never take it for granted, but it is pretty crazy. How that happened, I don't know. But I'm very grateful. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving it. Rachel, as a kid, did you ever go to the fairground? I did. Or a theme park? I never went to a theme park. I think they were around when I was a kid. They were invented. I think they've been around since. I'm sure there's been Victorian theme parks. But I never really went to those sort of things. I went to a couple of holiday camps, or caravan sites. But there used to be a fair that would come right near my house. I think it was in Long Barn Lane in Whitley, where I lived. And at the time, I just, I thought it was amazing. It was like a cross between, I don't know, a circus and, I don't know, a Hells Angels hideout. It was sort of rough and scary and exciting, and I liked it. What was your favourite ride? Didn't have rides, did I? I had the Dodgems. I remember when I was too young to go on the Dodgems, I used to go in with my brother, who'd just try and smash the other cars. I really liked the shooting range that you could never win at, because they can't, obviously. I liked it. I just like walking around, looking at stuff. It just seemed so big and endless. I felt well now it'd probably be nothing. Probably be like horrible, pathetic, scummy. But at the time, it was amazing. Yeah. That's all the questions I've got. What can I talk about? Oh, yeah, I know what I'm going to talk about. A lot of people who got dogs for Christmas, which you should never give a present like that. Either don't want them, or got bored with them, or it might be austerity. Some people can't afford. A lot of people can't afford a dog. So rescue centres are inundated. Just look at your local rescue centre, and if you want a dog, if you really want a dog and you can keep it and you can be the best sort of parent, give it the best life ever, then go to a rescue home. I mean, one of my favourites is All Dogs Manor, if you're in London. But there'll be a rescue. They're just I don't get this thing where people go, oh, I need $5,000 to get the dog that I like online as well, which is fucking mental. These are the best. They're as good as any dog. Better. The best type. A rescue dog is the best type. Get a rescue dog. Get your best friend. You don't have to fucking buy a designer dog for $5,000 that's probably been inbred to an inch of his life. You get a mutt. Get a mutt who had some bad luck. So there's that. Oh yeah, and I should plug my thing. I was thinking of sort of doing competitions, like you could win one of these beer mats with. Hold on. But I can't be bothered, and I don't know how to do it. So I'll talk to the people there, and we do some competitions on the website to get some merchandise or vouchers or. Right, okay. I think this is going to be like our bestseller this year. It went down a storm, right? We did lots of flavours, and I think this was the favourite, black cherry. I've got a tip. I don't usually do this. I don't give tips on drinks or cocktails, but that with Coke is amazing. In my case, Diet Coke or Pepsi, but that black cherry Dutch Barn with a cola, I don't know why. It's amazing. There's something retro about it. Bit of ice, a couple of shots of that, the cola of your choice, and you're laughing. You'll thank me. You will. So. And if you can't adopt a dog, don't do it if you can't, obviously. That just adds to the problem. But you can always foster, you can always help, you can always go along, you can volunteer, you can give a $5. But there are enough dogs in the world, everyone could have one without inbreeding or people conning you out of $5,000 for some sort of weird, fancy fad of a dog. Get a big old mutt or a little mutt for free, and yeah, years and years of joy. Right, that's about it. Thanks for following. Said it. I'm up to date. X, Insta. Oh, there was one question where someone said, could you ever be tempted to play James Bond? Well, no, I wouldn't be asked for a start. But no, it'd be awful. They filmed for years. I couldn't do it. It's like 14-hour days of running around. I wouldn't be in charge. It would be awful. I'd be awful. The film would be awful. But yeah, in real life, yeah, sure. I'm probably more realistic, aren't I, than Roger Moore or Daniel Craig. I bet most spies are more like me than supermodels, aren't they? But the one thing with me being a spy is this, like, so they call me in, they go, okay, you're 0048. I go, yeah, right. They go, right, just remember you can't tell anyone. I go, okay. I'd come home to Jane and I'd go, right, you won't believe this. She goes, what? I go, fucking spy. She wouldn't believe me, that's the good thing. So I wouldn't, she go, don't talk bollocks. I go, oh, I told you. So that would be fine, but I wouldn't start. First time I'd go to the pub with some mates, I go, right, you can't tell anyone, but I am a spy. I go, really? I go, yeah. Just random people. I'd start wearing a tuxedo everywhere, just going out, right? Someone would come over and say, can I have your autograph? I go, yeah. I go, Ricky Gervais, in brackets, the spy. They go, what's that? I go, the spy. They go, what's that? I go, doesn't matter. Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't keep that a secret. Oh dear. Right, there you go. Thanks very much. Buy Dutch Barn. Go to the website, dutchbarn.com, and I'll try and think of some competitions and giveaways and things. But try it. Try Dutch Barn. I want to make it a global brand, and try the old black cherry with Coke. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.
If you will.
Earlier today, we've seen somewhere around 50 inmates released as part of the new Labour government's plan to free up prison space.
It's cases like this the government wants to see sped up. To do so, a package of reforms, including a major shift away from jury trials, to try and clear a backlog of nearly 80,000 cases.
We now face an emergency in the courts, and we must act. As Lord Chancellor, my responsibility is to ground reform in the rule of law and the right to a fair trial.
Last month, the notorious Sidney Cook was blasted into space to spend the rest of his life aboard a one-man prison vessel, posing no further threat to children on Earth. But it was revealed that an 8-year-old boy was also placed on board by mistake and is now trapped alone in space with the monster. A spokesman said, "This is the one thing we didn't want to happen."
All these changes come as the Justice Secretary admits another 12 prisoners have been mistakenly released in the last 3 weeks.
What should be the goal of humanity? Well, there's no goal, is there really? We each live our lives. The goal of each individual, I suppose, is to be as happy as you can be without hurting anyone else, without infringing on other people's rights. There's probably a list of things that make each person happy. Mine is dogs, wine, this, talking absolute shit for a living, creating. What else? You know, all the usual things, friends and family and all that. Work, learning. People always forget that. I always forget it, but it's great just finding stuff out. So anyway, everyone has a list of things that makes them happy, and you just got to do that all your life, and then die, and probably leave the world in as good a state as you found it if you can. That's just common courtesy, isn't it? If you borrowed someone's caravan for the weekend and threw up everywhere, pissed on the carpet, shut the bed, you'd clean up, wouldn't you? Saturday morning. Just common courtesy. Little tip there.
As court cases are sped up, that could shift pressure onto a prison system already at breaking point.
Look, if I have to be honest with you, whoever thought of this idea, they must be totally out of their mind. Because if you release people in waves, you get crime in waves. It's as simple as that.
And you think that's going to happen then?
It's already happened. It's already happened once. They've already released early, and they've already got them people already back in jail. But if they want to help people and start helping people, give them a bit of work when they get out or something. Yeah? Not just releasing people out the gate to get on with their life.
Just the lack of support, just letting people go out on their own.
100%. This is the only time I've ever had help is today when I walked out and they give me a phone. That's the only help I've had in 20 years. They give me a phone.
Okay,
yeah?
all right.
One of the charities, Catch 22. So at least someone's trying to do something, you know?
And what were you inside for?
ABH.
ABH, and how long are you in for?
1 year.
1 year, and you got released how early?
A month.
A month early. Okay. We're just talking off camera about, you know, obviously they've let you out because the prisons are overcrowded. What does it feel like inside HMP Brixton? Does it feel like it's overcrowded?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, and give me an example of how. How does it feel like it's overcrowded?
You're in a single cell and they've got double beds and that. Too many people in the prison.
Do you think this scheme that they've done to release people, do you think that's going to work? Do you think that's going to free up space inside the prisons?
No, because all they're going to do is put all the people from the riots in. It's going to be filled up again. And no one's getting any rehabilitation.
So it's not actually going to bring any of the sort of prison population down, or free up space, sorry.
They're just going to empty it out and then fill it up with new people.
Really?
And then they've got the backlog from COVID. So they've been, and plus most people reoffend, so they be straight back in.
The caseload is projected to reach 100,000 by 2028, and without fundamental change could keep rising. meaning justice will be denied to more victims and trust in the system will collapse. Mr. Speaker, to avoid that disaster, I will follow Sir Brian's bold blueprint for change. First, I will create new swift courts within the Crown Court with a judge alone deciding verdicts in triable either way cases with a likely sentence of 3 years or less, as Sir Brian recommends. Sir Brian estimates that they will deliver justice at least 20% faster than jury trials. And whilst jury deliberations remain confidential, judges provide reasoning for their verdicts in open court. So this will hardwire transparency into our new approach.
Today there's no such thing as mental. Everyone's got an excuse. Everything's a fucking... You know what I mean? It used to be mental. But now, no, he's not. So...
I said to Parliament a few weeks ago, I released data at that point, and there had been 91 releases in error up to that point. There have been 12 since then. 2 are currently at large. That's new information that I'm sharing with you. I'm pleased that the trend is downwards because of some of the improvements that I put into the system, a new query unit between our courts and our prisons, digital technology to help to move the system forward. And of course, I've asked Dame Lynn Owens to conduct a review, and she'll be reporting in the spring, and then we will build on what she said.
Has your phone been stolen, or have you been caught in an online scam? Changes to the justice system could impact you. New court reforms announced today by the Justice Secretary could make it easier for you to get justice for things like theft and fraud. In an effort to reduce the nearly 80,000 case backlog faced by the Crown Courts, the Justice Secretary David Lammy has announced bold new court reforms.
When victims are left waiting for years, justice is effectively denied to them. And this is a betrayal of our legal heritage, and it's a betrayal of the victims themselves.
So what has changed? The first key change is that jury trials will be scrapped for defendants facing a sentence of 3 years or less. Secondly, magistrates' courts will be able to hand down longer sentences, from the current 12 months to potentially up to 2 years. Lastly, for crimes that carry a sentence of up to 3 years that a magistrate sends to the Crown, a jury will not decide. Instead, it'll be down to a single judge. So what will it mean for you? Well, it may result in swifter and quicker sentencing for those mid-level crimes. It will also mean less jury service, with juries only being used for serious indictable offences, such as murder and rape. Currently, the predicted caseload backlog could rise to around 100,000 in the next few years. The government hopes that these changes will see victims get justice quicker.
How are you? Doing okay?
I'm personally in favour of doing to farmers who want to go on the streets, we can do to them what Margaret Thatcher did to the miners.
So just to be clear, Johnny, you would, beat them up?
No, close them. I mean, this industry we could do without.
So, okay, all right, so this got weird. So you would do to farmers what Margaret Thatcher did to miners, which was, and she used very heavy-handed police tactics, followed by what? Putting them out of business.
If people are so upset that they want to go on the streets and spray slurry on them, then we don't need the small farmers.
Right. Okay, John. I'm not sure that's a particular. You were, just to clarify, you were a former Labour special advisor, possibly emphasis on the word former there.
Okay. Right.
So why are you here, Mr. Parkson?
Well, because I'm here to support farmers.
Right. Are you angry?
It's difficult to be angry on somebody else's behalf. That's like being... Yes, no, I'm not angry on someone else's behalf.
Right. So it's not about you. It's not about your farm and the fact that you bought a farm to avoid inheritance tax.
Classic BBC there. Classic. Oh yeah. It's not the fact that I bought a farm to avoid inheritance tax. The fact.
You told the Sunday Times in 2021 that's why you bought it.
People.
Sorry?
BBC.
Oh God.
Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
I wanted a shoot. Okay. That's even worse to the BBC. I wanted to shoot, which comes with the benefit of not having to pay inheritance tax. Now I do. But people like me will simply put it in a trust. And so long as I live for 7 years, that's fine. And as my daughter said, you will live for 7 years. You might be in a deep freeze at the end of it, but you will live for 7 years. But it's incredibly time-consuming to have to do that. And why should all these people have to do that? Why should they?
There should be a rule, I guess.
So one of the reasons Rachel Reeves says she brought this in is to stop wealthy people using it as a way
No,
of
that was the
avoiding-
only reason she did.
Well,
Why
no, the other reason was to raise money for public services. Well, have you seen?
Are you listening to this?
Have you tried to get a GP appointment lately?
Yes,
Right.
I just recently had a heart attack.
Okay, so you know it's tough.
Yes.
So where should they get the money from if it's not from farmers?
From farmers.
With
You hear that, everyone?
With
BBC
assets.
thinks you should be paying for everything.
And I want to, you know what I want to say. I want to say, you selfish fucking... Oh, God. I'll start carrying the stick again. Just switching it out. Dark glasses and a white stick, just like that. Then they get out of the fucking way. Oh. Anyway.
Okay, do you know how many people pay inheritance tax in this country?
It's 4% of estates.
What?
4% of estates.
4% pay inheritance tax. 96% of the population of the UK does not pay inheritance tax. After this becomes law, 96% of farmers will.
Where have you got that figure from?
Who here, can I just ask, who here is going to be unaffected by these changes? No one.
But, I don't know what to do really. I'm not the police. I can't. You can say, excuse me or something. But people are going to start losing their temper. I mean, that's what road rage is, isn't it? Road rage starts with someone being unreasonable or doing something they shouldn't, and the other person loses their temper. It's not two reasonable people and suddenly one of them goes mental. It's someone doing something they shouldn't, cutting in front or not indicating, or, you know, the same as this.
Right. Where have you got the 96% figure
Well,
from?
you've got 96%. Well, the same place that Rachel Reeves does, from the middle of her head.
Right.
From the Sixth Form Debating Society that she was no doubt a member of.
Okay.
Which formed her opinions and yours.
I am not expressing opinions.
You're
I'm
sure?
literally asking you questions. You know that, Mr. Clarkson.
Right.
So, what is your message to this government?
Please back down, please.
And get the money from where?
Well, they've got 40 billion. I'll tell you where you go. Walk into any of the offices around here. If you don't understand what somebody's job is, fire them.
And how
The civil service is too top, you know that. I must get on.
Who's that guy? And the tractor's going. Well done, guys. Keep going, keep
Stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't have a knob for hair. Right, cheers guys. See you tomorrow. think people are threatened by comedians. I've always said this, like, politicians can stand up and say the most awful things and mean it, whereas a comedian says something and he doesn't mean it, and it almost gets more grief. Like, people are more annoyed that you joke about terrible things than say terrible things and actually mean them. I don't know why that is. Maybe they're jealous that we have such a platform and we can say things that some people are scared to. I don't know why, but I think that's the worst thing. Just people concerned all the time about what you've got to say. Yeah. But apart from that, it's all good. It's great. It's the best job in the world. So, no complaints from me. And if I have got a complaint, I'll make a joke about it. So yeah, the days are gone now where I do a serious tweet or do a serious interview, because it's all bad faith. It's horrible. I try not to do any interviews, particularly press now, because they've always got an angle. You're there for different reasons. I'm there to plug a thing. They're there to catch me out or show me up or cause controversy or clickbait. You know, even a great interview, sometimes the copy editor I do a controversial, headline, and it just sort of ruins it. So that's great having your own platform like this. So I want. I'm usually talking to dogs. I'm not sure I'm making the most of my global platform. Maybe I should be running for office. That's how I use my platform, on a shitty chair that's creaking with a frozen shoulder. But you know me, I don't complain. This is fucking brilliant, you cunts. C-U-N-D, you cunts. You twaps. So, and I don't think, what were they couldn't say anything about that, could they? Even those complaints. I say fucking cunt, you fucking cunt. I was too close to that one. I have to, shouldn't do that one live. Well, newsreaders, when they try and say Jeremy Hunt, they say Jeremy Cunt. So, buy Dutch Barn so I can afford to make a shitty advert on telly calling people fucking cunts. That's worth it, isn't it? You spend 30 quid. Actually, I think it's 25 at Waitrose. It's all an advert, isn't it? It's like the worst infomercial in the world. Right.
Today we publish a white paper on immigration, a strategy absolutely central to my plan for change that will finally take back control of our borders and close the book on a squalid chapter for our politics, our economy and our country. Take back control. Everyone knows that slogan. And everyone knows what it meant on immigration. Or at least, that's what people thought. Because what followed from the previous government, starting with the people who used that slogan, was the complete opposite. Between 2019 and 2023, even as they were going round our country, telling people with a straight face that they would get immigration down, net migration quadrupled until in 2023 it reached nearly 1 million. That's about the population of Birmingham, our second largest city. That's not control, it's chaos.
I think the bigger you are, the more you can say what you want. I think we're coming out of it now, but there's been a good few years of ordinary people not being able to say what they want. And some, actors and comedians and artists get in trouble, but I I suppose I'm at the stage where I can ignore it and still do and say what I want. So that's good. I mean, free speech is amazing anyway, isn't it? But to have such a platform, that's good. People are always after you, aren't they?
And look, they must answer for themselves. But I don't think that you can do something like that by accident. It was a choice made even as they told the country, they were doing the opposite. A one-nation experiment in open borders, conducted on a country that voted for control. Well, no more. Today, this Labour government is shutting down the lab. The experiment is over. We need to make the wider case on immigration. We welcome migrants. We don't scapegoat them. Low wages, poor housing, poor public services are not the fault of migrants and people who've come here. They're political failure. Political failure. So we have to make the case for the benefits of migration, the benefits of free movement. I want people in this country to be able to go and work abroad, in Europe. And I want people in Europe to be able to come and continue to work here. I want families to be able to live together, whether that's in Europe or here. And I want people in this country, in the United Kingdom, to be able to go and study in Europe, just as they can now, and people in Europe to be able to come and study here. We have to make the case for freedom of movement, and we have to make it strongly.
People like US radio host Alex Jones didn't just sit back. The clip erupted across X, TikTok and Telegram channels, with some users accusing the leaders of drug use in broad daylight. And logic? It was found nowhere remotely in sight. Moscow's foreign ministry also amplified the controversy, calling Europe's future in the hands of drugged figures.
Hello, my name is Thomas Crooks, and it has always been my passion to create and build things of my own. Today, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my academic goals, my passion for building things, my love of cooking with my family, and lastly, what I hope to achieve in this course.
Why did that guy try to kill Trump and almost succeeded? Why did he do that?
Well, I'd like to know that.
Well, yeah, but
that one's crazy. You know the whole deal with that guy's house, professionally scrubbed, no footprint on the internet, no social media footprint.
Consciousness is a byproduct of the function of the brain, isn't it? A brain is basically a physical computer, right? That we've evolved intelligence to problem solve. That's why you've got a brain, apart from keeping everything sort of going, is to solve problems, isn't it? It's to find food and mate and all that sort of stuff. So we're just a computer, and consciousness is an upshot. It's called an epiphenomenon. So suddenly with this amazing computer where it's just meant to solve problems, we can suddenly introspect and have worries and have anxieties. And part of that that's evolved is a sense of humour, presumably to get us over stuff, to see things in a different way and, understand.
Why did that guy try to kill Trump and almost succeeded? Why did he do that?
Well, I'd like to know that.
Well, yeah, but
that one's crazy. You know the whole deal with that guy's house, professionally scrubbed, no footprint on the internet, no social media footprint.
Yeah, there's 0% chance that he has no social media footprint.
We don't know anything, right? And everyone stopped asking questions, and there was never a formal report. There was never press conferences where they detailed all the information that we know currently and where the investigation stands at the moment. What we know is you have a very young kid who was filmed. They knew he was there with a rangefinder a half an hour before the event. You also know that CNN streamed it live, which I do not believe they did for any other rally, and certainly not for a rally that's in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of weird shit. The fact that they wouldn't let people be on that roof because the Secret Service lady said it was sloped. and it was dangerous. That's what she'd want to have. Meanwhile, the snipers that were on the other roof was a steeper pitch. It made no fucking sense.
I totally agree. It makes no sense. In fact, I went back to Butler with President Trump, before the election, sort of like the Return to Butler rally. And I was on that stage, and I'm looking at that roof, and I'm like, if I was a sniper, my pole position, my number one spot would be that roof.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not?
No, it's so obvious.
It's the best seat in the house.
And
like, if you want to be a sniper, there isn't a better position.
It was pretty obvious that the idea was, like, if we're saying that this is a coordinated assassination attempt, and it very well could have been, that's what you would do. You'd have someone go up there, he shoots the president, you shoot him, you got Lee Harvey Oswald all over again.
JFK
it's over.
Repeat.
It's all wrapped up nice and clean. They assassinated him. We never heard a peep about it. We don't have any idea. They would concoct some sort of story. He was radicalized by this or that, or, he was on medication. Who knows?
Right.
And now, you have a completely different presidential election. You have a murder on live television.
Power, isn't it? It's good to have a sense of humour. It's good to have people with a sense of humour in society. So it's sort of a way. It's sort of like, I heard one theory once that chimps sort of groom each other. That makes them feel better, makes them feel safe. And then when tribes and society got big, you couldn't do that individually, so you had doing it with language. And I think comedy is a part of that. A group of people getting together, laughing, the world's okay. Same growing up. If you're having a laugh, if people was taking a piss, things couldn't be that bad. Whatever you had, if you had a problem, a mate would take the piss, it must be alright. It's when they stopped taking the piss that you knew you had probably had an hour to live. And even then you go, oh, they've only got an hour to live, I better keep taking the piss so they don't know they're dying. So you just keep taking the piss right to the way they die. And even when they slip into a coma, still draw a cock on their face. Oh.
Random passers-by were pointing out that there's a guy on the roof.
With a fucking gun.
With a gun, yes.
Yeah, it's not like he was so far away you couldn't tell he had a gun. People saw him.
Yeah.
The whole thing's completely insane.
Yeah.
And you don't hear a goddamn thing about it. It's like, I'm almost more interested in that. No, I am more interested in that than I am the JFK files.
I agree.
Because I feel like with the JFK files, it's so long ago.
Yeah,
everyone's dead. Who's going to know?
Right.
If you could prove now, and did you see that there was some sort of, there was some indications that there was a phone that had been traveling from outside the FBI offices in D.C. to
I saw that.
where this kid lived.
Right.
Multiple times.
I mean, I don't know there's anyone you could choose to have a head in a jar for eternity that after, I was going to say after the first 1,000 years, but I mean, they'd be annoyed with me after the first 30 seconds. They'd be regretting their decision straight away. So I'm just a head in a jar and I can talk somehow. Oh, fuck, it'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Oh. No one. I mean, I know that would be bad, being a head in a fucking jar. I mean, again, it would wear off, wouldn't it? There's a limit to how much fun you can have. That's a fucking head in a jar. Oh. Someone who wouldn't drive me mad. Probably someone quiet. If I wanted to talk, I'd talk. They could just nod. They can't even nod. They're a head in a jar. They can do that. Someone with eyebrows. Otherwise you wouldn't know whether they're listening or not, would you? Fucking hell.
Where a communication is, as it were, merely offensive, grossly offensive, etc., then principles of free speech and free expression require there to be a high threshold and dictate that a prosecution is unlikely to be in the public interest in many of those cases.
The jam. Eating rifles. Very apt at the moment in Britain. Let's not get political. Lovely day, wasn't it? Let's get, yeah. Can't help it, can you? Everyone's political at the moment with... well, it's not even politics, is it? It's about hypocrisy. It's about why should we do what we're told if they're not. It's simple as that. You've got to lead by example. Everyone agrees. Everyone agrees.
Where a communication is, as it were, merely offensive, grossly offensive, etc., then principles of free speech and free expression require there to be a high threshold and dictate that a prosecution is unlikely to be in the public interest in many of those cases.
And the factors which will suggest people might not be prosecuted include things like deleting it quickly if you've sobered up in the morning. Can you explain about that?
One thing that's very important in this area is that where free speech protects the subject matter, a prosecution must be proportionate. And when considering whether a prosecution is proportionate, the question of whether a communication is removed quickly, whether the individual expresses remorse, whether access to the communication is blocked, these are obviously relevant to any assessment of proportionality.
And will it be more or less likely for individuals to be prosecuted criminally now when they're using Twitter or Facebook, do you think?
It's not possible to say whether it's more or less likely. There simply haven't been enough cases. But this is clearly signalling that in those cases that are protected by freedom of expression, then there's a double safeguard, a high threshold, and consideration of the public interest before a prosecution will be brought.
This is my first reaction. I want to smash everything up in the house. I want to phone someone and say, whose fault is this? Right? You know when you get someone and it's like a tent or something, and there's one peg missing, and you think, oh, okay, I want to find the person who was talking when they put that tent together, and then someone, yeah, that's fine, sent it out. Oh, when things don't work, I want to call it. I heard this thing once. I don't know if it's true. That years ago. Marks and Spencer, when they sort of ordered like 10,000 shirts, 10,000 jackets, 10,000 trousers, they'd open it, and if they found one that was dodgy, they'd send it all back. So those people send it out to it was their job to make sure that it was right. I agree. Why is it our job to make sure something's all right? Why isn't it checked? Same as that sign when you walk past like scaffolding, and there's like, there's a sign that says, "Beware, workmen overhead," and a little picture of a falling hammer. What? So it's my problem to look out for. Don't drop hammers. Don't put a sign up. And who's up there juggling hammers anyway? Don't drop your hammer, and don't put it on me. If you might walk in there, you might. Don't drop a hammer, right? That's... Oh. Yeah, okay, there you go. It's so annoying, isn't it? When something doesn't work, and it just should. It just should. Oh. I had a theory that some people make things not to work forever, so you have to buy another one. I think it's a conspiracy theory in some instances, like light bulbs, because they can make ones that last for a long time. Maybe it's not. Do you think that's true? Do you think manufacturers make things to last a year and then break, so you have to buy another one? It's a good question, isn't it? It's a good question. It's not a good question. Okay, listen. I'm going to try and bring the tone up today. It's shocking. So I'm going to get a little bit highbrow today. I'm going to get political, right? Satirical, like Radio 4 or something like the MASH report or something. Something smart. So some political stuff. Okay, ready? And sort of maybe impressions, sort of political, like Rory Bremen or something. Smart, just smart shit, right? Okay. This is Angela Merkel walking past like a big sticking out of a drain, right? Political. Right, okay. Angela Merkel. Jeremy Corbyn walking past they're all sort of meeting somewhere, and he walks past and he sees this same sticking out of a drain, right? And Jeremy Corbyn's like this. One more sort of political, satirical impression. This wouldn't work on Radio 4 because it's more visual, but definitely, I think they definitely sort of have me, or I got news for you or something. Okay, last one. Kim Jong-un, right, walking past, right. He's all sort of hyper because he's going to test a rocket later. So he's all there with his sort of posse, and they're having a right laugh. He's having a right laugh, right? Okay. And then he. So that's my attempt at more political, sort of, international politics, the big sort of questions, but slamming politicians. Any questions? No. Oh.